Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. We have a full house for once. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but we got a bunch of guys here. Zach is not here because Zach is like doing a bunch of dad crap.
On assignment.
What a loser. He's on assignment.
Nah, he ain't like you. He's not down at the MAC or, you know.
But hey, listen, we can't. It's 2 weeks in a row. Jim Powers is here. Kevin Halley's here. Kevin, how are we feeling today? Haven't seen you in a little bit. You were on a more important assignment.
Yes, you were.
Yes. It's last couple of weeks between youth softball games and the anniversaries. I guess that's important too. Yeah. Just trying to take care of some stuff.
Very important.
Yeah. My wife told me it's important, so that's what matters.
That's right, because whenever she says the window is open, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. And I mean, like, you need to take and open the window and then close it. And then anyway, we're going to move on.
Freaking hot. I'm not opening
and Jarvis and Jarvis is here.
Hey,
so
2 weeks in a row by me too. Wow, Jim Powers, hell has frozen over.
Just call me Uncle Happy tonight because I'm in a great mood. I am so positive. I am so happy. Just call me Uncle Happy.
All right, let's talk about the Cardinals while we got it.
Oh, well,
while you're
they
happy,
are the best team in baseball.
There goes the happiness.
Say it, Jim. Say it.
Fetty is one of the best pitchers. You know, Michaelis is one of the best pitchers. This team is going to win 100 games. They're going to go on a okay.
Say it, Jim. 91 wins. Say it.
No.
Not that
I don't think you can say it with
not that happy.
Did you see where they said McGreevy's a major league pitcher, but there's just not a spot for him right now?
I can think of a couple spots.
I can think of two right now, and the way Palani's pitching tonight, there could be a third.
Palante.
I mean, you would think that there would be another spot there for him. But as we are alluding to, the Cardinals, who are currently losing 7-1, going into the bottom of the fifth, to the lowly Washington Nationals, who just fired Davey Johnson, their manager, and promoted Miguel Cairo to be their
Miguel
manager.
Cairo, really? Hey,
yeah.
Cardinal, yeah.
And they whacked their GM. They whacked Rizzo, and they I don't know who they had elevated to it, but. Yeah, the Nationals are a train wreck, and the Cardinals are not far behind.
Well, any team that still has Paul DeJong on their roster, they're a train wreck.
Yeah, it's my fantasy baseball team.
So, Kevin, since you are the positive Cardinal fan at the moment,
the eternal optimist,
the rest of us have already thrown in the towel, and you're still #91 for whatever the hell. I'm kind of wondering if maybe we need to drug test you or something.
Yeah.
Jim, you're typing really loud right now.
That's what I was thinking.
Good God.
Is he doing this on a typewriter?
My Lord, that's what you would have thought, Kevin. It was.
But anyway, Kevin, let's get back on topic. Kevin, what is your thoughts on the Cardinals now?
It's still early. It's still early in the game tonight.
Oh my
Got
gosh! You sound like
Are you gonna let me?
Mozeliak.
Are you
No!
gonna let me finish?
No!
Let me
You
finish.
take some.
Yes. Show some respect and let me finish.
Yeah, show some respect, Jarvis.
Yes. It's still early. There's a lot of baseball left to play. We haven't even gotten to the All-Star break. Just a couple of years ago, they won 21 straight games. Was it something like that? I don't remember what it was. It was a lot of freaking games.
How many times have they won that many games, Kevin? They have this massive winning streak. One? Okay. So how many years have the Cardinals been in existence? And now we're going to say, well, hey, when they go on a 16-game winning streak, they'll make up that ground. You're banking on something that doesn't happen quite a bit.
Well, it could still happen, though.
Hey, Kev.
You sound like the little kid off Angels in the Outfield. It could happen.
Hey,
Kevin, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin. For them
I-
to do this, they would have to play the Rockies, the White Sox, multiple series, multiple occasions. I'm not even putting Pittsburgh in there because Pittsburgh swept them and shut them out in 3 games.
Shut them out.
Kevin, I really don't know what's worse right now. The Cardinals, Jim's mic, or Chris's internet. I don't know which one is worse.
Listen, we all know it's one of the other two. The Cardinals are not that bad. They're still a winning baseball team. Have they won more than they've lost? Have they won more than they've lost? Yes.
Yes. But is a winning baseball team
Man,
They're
they
still
just-
like
a team that's
Bring-
like
they're still like
6 games over
there's like
500?
Bring up
75
JJ
more
Weather,
games.
whatever the heck his name is.
they just called him up to AAA.
I know, and he just went yard again. Bring him up. Be done with it.
I would put him at second base.
McGreevy should be up. I'd say give Weatherholt a chance. I say Quinn Matthews, bring him up as well. Fill those 2 rotation spots with those 2.
Dude,
And just let it go.
This, I think his name was Evan, maybe. It was on 101. And
Evan Cohen.
no, okay, then it was a listener. And he called in and they played his recording. It was awesome. I mean, he was just railing like DFA them now. Get rid of both. I mean, just going off about Michaelis and Fetty. And
You have to do something
we're not going to do anything. We're just going to keep rolling them out there.
because Mozeliak.
You guys just gotta be patient.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Gotta be patient.
This is another topic that came up, and it kind of segues into a couple of things. But I'm going to ask, why do because the Blues are kind of in the same spot here. They're just toiling just outside the playoff line.
they made the
just
playoff.
inside the playoff.
They made the playoffs.
Yes, if the Cardinals make the wild card, they're kind of very similar here. They're both just above
They're not
500.
going to make the wild card, Kevin.
Listen. They're both just above 500. Why do the Blues get more of a pass on this?
Because
the
their
Cardinals do.
ownership group is at least making moves to make the team better. Their ownership group fired a coach, brought in a dude that
Middle
can flat
season.
out coach
I just-
middle of the
boom.
season. And guess what? At least Army and Stillman and those guys care. Mozeliak, he's got one foot out the door, the other one wherever. His bow tie is tighter than heck. He doesn't care. He wants out of this thing as quick as possible. DeWitt's not going to spend any money. He's
Okay.
already said he's not going to
So
spend
that's
any
what
money.
I was going to say. I'm not. Don't take this as me defending Mozeliak or the manager, but when the wallet will not open, it's going to be hard to put a quality product out there. Guess what? We talked about this before. The
Mhm.
better players cost more money. It's not. This ain't difficult.
And we talked about this too. They alienated this Cardinal fan base when they came out in the preseason and basically said, well, you know, if we don't have people coming to our games and buying tickets, we're not going to have money in order to spend on players. You don't say that. You don't say it, especially an organization that has that nice little palace across the street called Ballpark Village, that they're making money hand over fist at, that they continually put more money into, that they own. That is the most ridiculous, and that's what upset this fan base. I'm going to tell you right now, they've got tonight, tomorrow against Washington. Who do they wrap up the weekend with before the break? Arizona?
Atlanta Braves.
Oh, the Braves?
It's
There's
Braves,
a chance.
yeah.
There is a chance if they drop 5, there's a chance they're one game above 500.
Well, they're
going
playing
into
the
the break.
2 teams they needed to play before the break, but they're sucking.
Right, but if they drop 5 straight going into the break, you think people are going to come out to watch this team when they come back home in 2 weeks? Because remember, they don't come out of the break; they don't play at home.
I might be able to get a $5 ticket right behind the plate.
Sit in the bleachers for $4. I mean, shoot. But I'm telling you right now, they alienated this fan base. This fan base is not going to let them go at all until they decide to start spending some money. And I hate to say it, I'm not an Ollie Marmol fan, but he's got to go. He does not have a voice in that clubhouse. Some of his decision making is ridiculous. I mean, if I would have seen Fetty throw, as if I'm the manager and Fetty threw the last 2 times like he did, I would have literally went to Mozeliak and said, we either have to send him down or DFA him. He's doing us absolutely no good. Instead, we're going to play this wait and see game. We're going to move.
I don't know that this ain't La Russa. This ain't Terry Francona or someone that has some weight that can go, listen, I'm not pitching him.
I don't think he's allowed to go to Mozeliak's office and say that. I've maintained this for a while. I don't know what kind of manager Ollie Marmol really is, because I don't think he's been allowed to kind of be in charge, other than occasional decisions about who comes out of the pen, and that hasn't been great decisions there. But I think most of his decisions are made for him.
You know what? It's almost like what Billy Bean did to Art Howell in Moneyball. That's what this ultimately sounds like. That
it kind of looks like it.
Lineup card.
Oh gosh, don't put him on the screen. I don't want to see Miles Michaelis and that stupid looking mustache. And he's got like I think maybe a bobblehead or something coming up. Can you imagine?
A Superman bobblehead.
I would burn it.
I think a big issue here, and it's not necessarily about spending money, it's spending money in the right places on the right people. I think that there is a huge issue with talent recognition.
Their scouting department has gone south since Jeff Luna left.
Well, they're really, from what I've understood, there isn't much of a scouting department. They skimped a bunch of money, and Luna, when Luna took most of the scouting department with him to Houston, they didn't replace some of those people.
Yeah, and what's Houston doing right now?
They haven't been too bad.
Yeah,
they've been okay.
Yeah, I mean, they won a World Series. They won a World Series.
Yeah, this year they're not. They're not. Let's see, where are they at this year?
Their best players hurt. Their best players hurt. Alvarez is hurt. Yeah. So I'll give my take on this. I've been listening to you guys go on about this.
Houston's
Number
still
one,
55-37.
Oh yeah, they're all right. So yeah, playing in the American League, so obviously it's a little bit more, a little bit better competition, but they do play in the AL West. The thing is, the Fetty deal when we acquired Eric Fetty, great trade at that time. Okay, the problem is he's not doing anything now. So if we weren't going to keep him for a long term, we probably should have tried to flip him. If he's not in the long-term plans, we should have tried to flip him. We should have flipped him in the offseason and gave someone else like McGreevy a highway to the majors. Since his clock already started, he should already be getting major league innings. He should not be pitching another inning in Memphis. To me, it makes no sense. If he has a good day in Memphis, we've wasted a good pitching performance by McGreevy in the minor leagues. If he had a bad one, well, so what? We've had bad pitching performances, i.e. Fetty, Michaelis. Now you're seeing Palante is having a bad one. And Palante is like maybe two good, one bad, maybe one good, two bad. I mean, he's a number 5 starter, possibly a spot starter, long reliever. That's who he is. Palante is that. That's it. McGreevy is proving that he is a guy who could be a number 2, number 3 guy. We can't even play him up here because we've got these two jerks. And look, you can say all the things. I believe Miles Michaelis is a good dude. I think he does a lot in the community, in the Cardinal community, and that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, if we were talking about the business of baseball, the business of baseball is he's not very good at playing baseball, which is what he's paid to do. I.e., if he's not good at the business of baseball, then we move on from him so we can move someone into that part who can do the job that he's not doing. That would be McGreevy. That would be one of the other guys.
Ooh.
We might as well play them. If we're in a season that it's like we're going to play the younger guys, why aren't we? Right now, you've got to make a move. You've got to either move Fetty for whatever you can get for him or put him on the phantom injured list. And the same thing with Michaelis. They've both got to be taking off the roster, moved out of the starting lineup because they aren't getting it done.
So that picture today, I thought was Michaelis getting DFA'd because it wouldn't come up, and I just saw Michaelis, and I'm like, no way, they didn't DFA him.
No.
And then I read it, and I'm like, well, of course,
There's so many of those stupid accounts out there. These with AI and all that stuff that's doing that. I saw the same thing, Jason. Yeah.
He like you said, Michaelis, good dude. He's done. He's done here anyway. Get bye.
Needs to be.
I just don't understand it. It's the Cardinals have. Oh, we're gonna go with a retool, not a redo or not a whole revamp. We're just going to retool, but we're going to play all these young guys, but we're not doing these things. We're not pitching the guys we need to be pitching. We're not. I just don't understand it. Other teams, other franchises, Weather Holt would have just came up to the majors already.
I think the biggest thing is we sit here and watch how all this unfolds. The top teams in baseball right now, you've got Detroit has the best record in baseball, followed by the Dodgers, Houston, and the Chubbies. Okay. Out of those 4 teams, only one of those teams has not tanked themselves to acquire young talent through the draft. That would be the Dodgers. The Astros did it years ago. The Chubbies have done it. And Detroit has done it. Look at Baltimore. Look at some of these other franchises. The Yankees haven't done it. They spend money. The Red Sox, they've actually kind of done it because they've traded off guys, and then they've had a couple of really bad seasons where they went from first to worst, back to first because of some guys getting injured. So they're like, okay, we'll just trade everybody off. We'll acquire some young talent. We'll move pieces around, and then they bounce right back. The Cardinals have not done that. They have not. This is the only thing that they are similar to the St. Louis Blues in this fashion. When they talk about retooling, both franchises will not tank to acquire talent through the draft to have a losing season in order to get higher draft picks. They will not do it. The Blues are not. They are trying to win. The Cardinals have not. The 1 year, the 2 years ago when they really sucked and they got a high draft pick, they picked 7th in the draft. It's the highest draft pick of the Cardinals in I don't know how many years. But they aren't losing to acquire draft pieces. They are just sucking and staying very mediocre. We have said this many times. For whatever reason, the Cardinals fan base is not going to be okay with it. I would be okay with it right now because I'm tired of watching the suck. I think the young players, I'm okay with letting them go out there and play. But guys like Michaelis, who is not a young player, he's a guy we've got a lot of money tied up in. I don't like it. Let's see somebody else. Let's see somebody playing on the league minimum. I don't care. Some of these guys, bring them up on the rookie deal. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Start the clock on them, and let's see what they got. And then if they have it, great. Let's play them. And if not, go ahead. You're going to lose anyway. So where would you rather be? Do you want to be right outside the window looking in on the playoffs like, oh, we could have made it and then lost really quickly? Or you're going to lose anyway. Go ahead, suck it up, take the losses, get the draft picks, and then use what assets you have, trade them off, and acquire more prospects in order to build a farm system that doesn't really have. Weatherholt is about it. Tink Hence, that's about it. McGreevy, that's it. So you're talking about 3 guys out of all baseball, and there ain't anybody else in their farm systems like, dude, this guy can freaking play. There's nobody else. They don't have those guys because that's what they don't do. They do not trade the assets off at their highest point.
Yes, you are correct. Let's bring back Matt Carpenter out of retirement. Let's do some crazy stuff. Ron Rose. Ron Rose like that.
You notice I changed idea.
No.
Well,
I'm being Mr.
Memphis
Positive
has a
right
couple.
now. I'm back to being Mr. Positive.
The Redbirds have a couple of pitchers that have been throwing well enough at AAA that they should get outside. There's 2 of them even outside of who we were just talking about, whether it be Graceffo and Granillo, who have been throwing well enough to at least earn permanent bullpen spots compared to what we've thrown out some other ones here.
I would rather have the younger guys who would project to be starting pitchers coming in the bullpen facing high leverage situations while we're in a position where we're going to lose anyway. I mean, if we're looking at right now, are we a contender to win a World Series? Kevin, you're the eternal optimist of the Cardinals. Are they a World Series contender as they are a put together right now? Yes or no? No ifs, ands, or buts.
No, they're a playoff contender. They are not a World Series contender.
The only reason that they are a playoff contender is because of the extra wild card. Otherwise, they would not be a playoff contender because you can eke into the playoffs now based on that. I don't think that they're a championship contender. They're not even a contender to make the World Series. They're not a championship series contender. They're a wild card. So what does that get you? That gets you an opportunity to play 2 playoff games.
Get you an attaboy. It gets you an attaboy.
It gets you.
Wait, so you can sit there and tell the fan base you made the playoffs.
It gets you so.
We're not completely.
It gets you.
I'm not completely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, mine was stupid anyway. Go ahead.
We get one of those playoff spots. I'm not completely convinced that they wouldn't throw Michaelis or Fetty out there in that game because they have the experience when it should be a Sonny Gray or whatever. But somebody will throw that out there. So Lou Brown, hey, I'm going with the old guy.
Well, they got a bunch of noodle brains then. I mean, they are a bunch of noodles.
So
how the heck?
Hey,
going back to
here's a stat for you that just popped up. The Cardinals are 15th in Major League Baseball this year in number of tickets sold. Colorado has sold more tickets than them.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we got to do
See
something.
what happened.
There's some other bad teams.
We need
here.
someone
comments.
No, we need to
Stupid
wall it
comments
out.
help make good decision making by the fans.
The Los Angeles Angels. Nobody goes to those games.
So
Have they had
going back to what Kevin said,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Memphis Redbirds team stats right now. Granillo is the one that you're talking about, Kevin. He's right now 5-0. He's got a 1.69 ERA in 21 games with a save. He's also got a whip of 0.94.
They brought him up earlier.
Yeah.
They brought him up earlier this year, waited 2 days to put him in a game, gave him 1 or 2 innings maybe, and then a game the next day where he didn't necessarily, just got called up, maybe a little nervous, and then sent him right back down. Didn't get him a chance to work.
I know he's a reliever, but my gosh, he's got great numbers. And then, McGree.
He's the closer. I think he's
only
Memphis's
got
closer.
1 save. He may be the setup man. Okay, but still, you got 50 strikeouts as a setup guy or even as the closer in 21 appearances. That means you're averaging at least almost 2 strikeouts per inning pitched. That's right now. That's better than some of the dudes we got in that bullpen. I mean, McGreevy, he's 8-2. We already know that he should be up. I mean, hell, I wouldn't even mind bringing Curtis Taylor up. Yeah, he's 4-3. He's got a 3.63 ERA, but he's pitched in 20 games. He's got 71 strikeouts. He's second on the team in strikeouts with a 1.22 whip. I mean, yeah, there's dudes down there that are buried because this front office somehow thinks that Michaelis and Fetty is going to figure their stuff out, and they're not going to. And I agree with what Chris
It goes
said.
back.
I agree with what Chris said. Michaelis, great guy, great community guy, good dude.
We need to find a sponsorship. Us four we will GM the Cardinals. We need someone that's going to allow us to buy them and back us money wise, and let's do it. I mean, I could run this franchise better than them. This is it's just horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's like I don't know. It's like Jim Powers at the Mac on a karaoke night. I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad.
Wow. Dang.
Oh, there's some shots
Normally
fired
he's
right there.
normally he saves stuff for like that when you're not.
Yeah, I
here.
know. He's throwing it out to me. But I'm Mr. Positive tonight.
But
I'm Mr. Positive.
So it goes back to talent recognition. They've paid those guys the contracts. They're paying them a bunch of money, and because of the wallet, they don't want to just let that sit. If we're going to pay them, they're going to play. It's bad. We can't waste that money.
I mean,
that's the thought process.
I mean, you look at the catcher right now for Memphis, Jimmy Crooks. He's got 11 home runs on the year. I mean, he's just beating that. He's second on the team in hits.
I mean, I just need to call him, FaceTime him, get the guns out, be like, look, we got to do something. The wallet, you got to open it up.
They don't care about the fans, though, Jason. That's the problem.
I am more than a fan. I'm Jason Jarvis.
Oh,
damn it.
Golly.
Jughead 67. Let's go. We need something to happen. Like, I don't know, man. It's ever since Oscar Tavares died and everything, it's just went downhill.
Yeah.
I blame it.
It's almost too soon to laugh.
Well,
I can't.
At least I didn't do like the Pittsburgh quarterbacks,
not,
okay?
Not like a Pittsburgh quarterback. Yes.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Dude, he was cheating on his wife. He walked in front of a Mack truck. What did you Dude deserved it.
Did he walk in front of one?
Maybe.
Yeah, still too soon. Still too soon.
I think I think again we're looking at this. It's everybody wants to point a finger, and nobody. It's like the 3 Spider-Man meme where everybody's just pointing at each other, and it's like, well, we're gonna blame the fans, and the fans are gonna blame Mo, and Mo's gonna blame everybody else. I mean, it's just. I think the biggest problem is you have the lame duck guy. Nice.
I point.
You have the lame duck guy.
Why are you calling me lame duck?
No, you have the lame duck guy in Mo, he's not going to do anything. I mean, I don't understand how you're going to have a successor in waiting and you're not doing.
And you're not letting him make decisions. You're not letting him be a part of decision making.
Listen,
Armstrong's successor has already been appointed for the Blues. Armstrong's still making the decisions,
but
he's doing stuff.
But Steed is also part of the decision-making process. That's the difference. Alexander Steed is
Chaim Bloom is like, if I'm Chaim Bloom, I'm not touching this. I'm like, dude, you screwed up. So if I fix it, I'm the savior. I'm not riding your coattails.
Yeah. Oh, another home run.
Keep screwing it up. I'll eventually.
Another home run, 8-1.
Yep, he brought the wood. Bam!
How many home runs is that tonight there, Jarvis? 3 at least.
Well, it ain't many by else.
How many?
We got one run.
Not 8.
One god dang hit.
What about that?
You can't say god dang on the air.
Great play by our shortstop. I mean, I like him. That's about it.
Mason Wynn?
Yeah, I like Mason Wynn.
They've got some pieces I like. I like Donovan. I like Wynn.
I like the fact that they had.
I do like Contreras at first base.
Dude, he plays well at first, too.
And I like Victor Scott.
Guys, here's the thing. Okay. before we came on the air, I was talking about, I saw the clip of the home run that Caglione hit in Kansas City. Hit it into the fountain, straightaway center field.
Bomb.
Moonshot. Like he destroyed it. You know who does that for the Cardinals?
Nobody.
I'll wait for it. There's nobody. We have nobody like that. We have no big-time power guy. Gorman was supposed to be that guy. We messed with his head. Now he sucks. Walker was supposed to be that guy. We messed with his head. Now he sucks. We have nobody like that. We don't have a prospect that's like, dude, this guy can flat out mash. The Royals acquired him because they sucked. So here again lies the thing. We don't have the ability to draft these high draft picks. We do not recognize the talent in the later rounds that other teams do to get those kinds of guys that nobody else saw. I mean, we don't get the guys that you can't miss. We don't get the guys that you shouldn't miss. We don't get those guys. We get these average to mid-average. Maybe they make the team on someone's team or not. We have a guy DHing who's a backup catcher who was homeless for like 4 years in Pozo. Did you guys not hear his story? I mean, it's a great story. Great story for him. He was homeless, and he ended up getting his shot in the minors, and obviously he eats well because he's a huge dude. But that is one of our 3 catchers on the roster.
All in the lineup today.
He's
okay,
Yeah.
and he's one of the best hitters that we have. That's the problem. We don't have guys that can mash the ball. We don't have anybody hit the ball over the fence.
Here's the thing. You brought up the Royals guy, right? Guess what? How old do you think he is?
I don't even know how old he is.
He's 22.
22. Yeah.
How old is is the guy the Cardinals have that's raking? 22.
He was a college
Gosh, that
guy.
was
22.
Yeah.
So real quick, the Cardinals are 20th in the big leagues in ERA with a 4.12. Obviously, that's going to go up after tonight's debauchery. Let's see. What's another stat?
That word was rough for you tonight.
Yeah, it was. I'm using big words. They are 28th in strikeouts with 670. And in home runs allowed, they are
20.
They're 26th.
So
They suck.
they're
So in other words,
great.
they're awesome. In the words
great.
of Mr. Positive, they're awesome.
Mr. Positive now.
I mean,
not happy, Uncle happy, whatever. You know.
Well, you missed it. What I put out there, I hate Jarvis. I had to think for a second that I want to be positive, and I don't hate Jarvis. Jarvis is one of my best friends.
Man, right? And he hates me on here.
He's-
He hate me.
He
hate me.
He hate me.
Hell, let's bring him up. He hate me.
Well, he might actually do some hitting. And I'm just looking at the, the thing is the Cardinals look like a bunch of guys who could have been maybe like 2-hole hitters back in the 90s. Like their best player, like Donovan would be that guy, a guy who's hitting right around 300, and he'd have benefited from a really good leadoff guy and someone who could absolutely rake hitting 3 and 4. Those guys used to hit 300, knock in 30 to 40 home runs and 120 RBIs. No, not those don't exist because everybody's like, hit a home run or you suck. Well, we don't have those guys. We got a bunch of dudes that could possibly get on base if we had someone who could absolutely mash. Our problems in the lineup come from the fact that Arenado is not the guy he used to be. He shouldn't even be playing. Newt Barr is not the hitter that
There's
we thought
people that
he
want to
was.
trade Newt Barr right now at the break.
I would be trading Newt Barr at the break. I would trade Ivan Herrera at the break, and I would try to find a young power hitter. Why not go and get those guys? Herrera, you're not hitting. He's either hurt or you're finding ways to not play him. Which I don't
let me
get
ask
that.
this. Let me ask
There's
this.
only a couple of untouchables on the major league roster: Mason Wynn and probably Brendan Donovan.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's
we're
it.
going into the All-Star break.
Maybe Victor Scott. Maybe.
I know.
Well, that for the Cardinals, yes, Victor Scott.
Sorry, Jim.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah. Victor Scott's their type of player. Average hitter, good defensive.
Blowout.
2 weeks ago, before the slide, a lot of people thought that they would be buyers at the break because they were like,
well, not no more.
So now that we're coming into the All-Star break, are you a buyer or seller when the trade deadline comes up in 2.5 weeks?
Dramatic by Jeff Powers.
I think they got to sell. I think they've got to sell. And
sell the farm. Sell them all. Other than Donovan, McGreevy.
I'd say I'm just talking players
Victor
on
Scott
the Major League roster right now.
Yes.
What's that?
You could say, but who's most likely to be sold? And it's not Michaelis. It's not Fetty. Because
I think they're going to get DFA'd. I think those two are probably DFAs.
What night is it tonight at the stadium? They all got gold, these big fake gold chain. Oh, say the Lou on them.
It's
Nelly night.
It's Nelly, Nelly's, something like that.
So
thanks, David. We've been saying that for the last half hour. Good to see you, buddy.
So that means
Newt Bar is most likely to be dumped, and I would bet somebody calls them about Burleson.
Yeah.
Trade him
to do that, and I still think possibly if they're going to do it, I think Arenado's probably got a best chance of anybody of going if he's willing to say yes.
I would love to know who's on Arenado's no trade.
Everybody but the Dodgers
scenario. That's
yeah.
The real question is, what time tonight is Nelly getting arrested in St. Louis? That is the real question. Because it is Nelly. If it is Nelly night at the ballpark, he's getting crunk.
All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have have another topic to talk about. Hell, we might talk about this one, but you're watching the Coach's Box. Be right back.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Bro!
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
You need new entertainment. You need full-length content. You need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Health Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling. We've got so much content on there. Gaming. Check it out. Live, not live. We've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. As you can see now, we got the entire crew is here. Everybody that gets named in the title of the show, they're here tonight. So, Zach, now your father responsibilities are complete, or you're done. You're done actually being at the pool. You seem like you got a tan.
It's called
we got a pool party going here.
Outside.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, bud. Appreciate you.
Hey, you had the invite. You all had the invite.
Hey.
So when you're not there, can we show up?
Yep, anytime.
Hey,
If
I already
you're,
did.
Can you just leave the gate unlocked for us?
Hey,
he's just around,
whatever.
I'll jump
he's just around the corner. The gate doesn't even lock.
Jim, you know that none of us invite you to anything because you never show up to this. Why would you show up to that? I mean, come on.
Jason, I just want you to know, Jason, I appreciate everything you say about me on a weekly
sure you
basis.
do.
Because I am Mr. Positive.
I mean, Mr. Positive, how many times? Oh, I'm going to come down Jefferson County. Yep.
All right. We're going to move on from that. If you guys are watching our show, appreciate you guys tuning in. You're probably watching on X, Facebook, or on YouTube. And if you're watching after the fact when we're not live like you, Coach Valroy, don't forget to like it, share it, comment it. We do appreciate everybody who tunes in, whether you're live or after the fact, or you ain't got anything better to do. Also, if you are listening to this or you have YouTube or Facebook or X on while you're driving a car, please make sure that you're not watching our videos while you're driving. I had someone tell me that we were listening to our show, and I said, "Oh, so you're listening to Spotify or Apple?" And they're like, "Oh no, I just had YouTube on while I was driving." I go, I'm going to highly. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't recommend that. So I want to put a disclaimer in there that if you're driving, please listen to our audio versions for free on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or that's a couple of good places to get our stuff. So moving right on into our next topic.
If nobody's got one.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm glad you got a topic.
Okay.
Pissy Pants Chris, he's just pissy. Like, any fun, and he shuts it down. He goes,
never. Okay.
Bored hell, but go ahead.
He's bored. Oh, man. Okay. So I was thinking about this. If you had a bucket list, and we can cap it at 3, what would be your bucket list for sporting events in your life? What would you want to do, or go see, or go where? At least 3 on an athletic or sports bucket list.
What's really funny is you bring this up, and we have this. Everybody has to sit here and think about it, and we're all like,
dead air, dead air. Right?
I can name mine.
Let me think.
I want to go to a World Cup final.
Of course, God. Who the hell wants to see that other than a bunch of dumb Europeans?
The Kentucky Derby and the Masters.
Gosh,
I will go next because
I didn't pick any of those.
I've got 1.5.
All right, everybody goes, and then we comment. All right, let's do that.
Sorry.
Let's see, Masters, without any doubt. World Cup, but when the USA
my God, you guys are
someplace
sickening.
here in the States in 26, and I'm going to stay with golf, the Ryder Cup. I think the 2 golf
You're a
ones.
total DB. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am actually. That's okay, Kevin. Me and you, the 2 soccer guys. Soccer show starting soon.
There's so many things I want to say, but I can't. No,
because I'm being Mr. Positive tonight, and I'm being nice to you.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, John.
Dead air. Who's next?
Jarvis,
go ahead.
Jarvis.
I got to be next.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how slow I think.
You said it, not us.
I'm aware.
You said it, not us.
My hamster's still running.
Get your hamster on the wheel.
Okay.
Go on, you're up.
The Super Bowl.
Let's go.
How the hell can you not? We haven't had the Super Bowl mentioned yet. Are we serious in here?
Because you would sit a mile away from the field.
Gosh,
that's no fun.
Just listen.
What do you mean? This is a mythical thing, right? Like, what I want to sit at the Super Bowl on a 50-yard line and watch the Super Bowl. And I want to watch my St. Louis Rams. They come back, and I want to watch them defeat the Patriots. And I want to sit right at the 50-yard line. Right? Super Bowl. Number 2.
I was gonna say, like, we got a couple more of these.
No,
so
I don't give a crap about nobody else.
What happened to the no commenting part? Just
Hey, by the way, Zach,
I'm just still waiting for him. He's making his own comments.
Time killer, because we know Jarvis can't think of 3 things in 2 minutes.
Come on, you've had some dead air
Super
here.
Bowl, and you guys are like, I want to see an NBA Finals, all 7 games, and the Lakers win. That
with
no.
LeBron.
I want LeBron gone.
With Bronny.
Bronny.
Oh my God! They showed him make a layup yesterday, like it was something so great. He made a layup
because it's impressive.
Why is he working out at the Cavaliers facility right now in Northeast Ohio? Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't mean to interrupt. Number 3, please.
Yes, number 3. I want to go.
Put the camera back on him.
To Olympics.
That would be.
Which one? There's a winter, a summer. Okay. I thought you were a downhill ski.
Luge. He likes to luge.
No, it was the 2-man bobsled.
Hey, Cool Runnings is one of my most favorite movies of all time. Cool Runnings. So we could. I mean, winter.
Jason is a
the
figure
Olympics
skater.
would be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Ice dancing, Kevin. Ice dancing.
No. Blades of Glory 2, Chris and Jarvis. They're the antagonists. They're the antagonists.
All right, Zach or Chris, who's up?
I'll go. We'll save Chris for last.
Okay.
No, save that guy for last.
Yeah. Okay. Now you guys have said the Masters.
Go.
That would be one, but
No.
to do something.
Why
to
you
do
guys
something.
are the
To do. Listen. To do.
Shut up, Jarvis.
Different. To do something different, I would say St. Andrews. I would like to go there. Obviously, Cameron Indoor Stadium. I would like to go see a Duke game, and since we're piggybacking off of Jason, I want to go see one with Coach K, Duke North Carolina game, and then I would probably say, just because, maybe a ball game at Fenway. I think that would be kind of neat. Go to Fenway.
Ball game at Fenway. Well,
All right, Chris.
I don't have anything cool. I think I would probably like to go and see Game 7 of the World Series in St. Louis. I would like to see Stanley Cup Finals Game 7 with the Blues
in St. Louis.
And I sure as hell would want to go to Boston unless I knew they were winning.
Some chowder.
And I think if I had to pick, I would like to I'd like to see the Summer Olympics basketball. You know, I like to watch the gold medal games.
And go to LA in
I
2
think that'd be
3 years.
something. Well, first off, I'm going to stay out of that trash state and not go there.
Wow.
That might
no
be its own
reason
country
or
from
desire.
what I hear. That's what all the posts
Well, if
say.
it falls off into the ocean, it might be its own island. But Northern, and I take this back. I don't want to disrespect anybody in Northern California, excluding San Francisco. Those people are probably fine individuals, and their state is very beautiful from what I've seen in pictures. I just don't want to go there and pay $7.
I can't believe you don't want to go to San Francisco.
Whatever.
I bet that's Jim Powers' first trip he wants to go on.
How to speak San Franciscan.
First thing that came to mind.
Zach knows where I'm going.
Nope.
Hey, Jim, you know you're. Hey, hold on, Jim. You know you're a closet 49er fan.
Back growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, where the previous owner of the 49ers lived, Edward DeBartolo Jr. Yes, I did root for the 49ers back in the day.
That was one of his homes, apparently, before he ended up being incarcerated. What?
Who? DeBartolo Jr.?
Didn't he go to jail? Or did he beat the racketeering charge?
He was acquitted.
Okay. No, he's acquitted. The glove
there was
didn't
no
fit.
list.
He must have quit.
There's no list.
A definite closet San Francisco fan right
Back
there.
in the day,
when I was younger, I liked the 49ers
Yeah,
because of Joe Montana.
everybody's coming out of the closet now. Hey,
I'm sorry. What
catch
team did you root
that
for before
catch
the
that Dwight Clark made in the Super Bowl is still going to go down as one of the top 10 catches in Super Bowl history?
It wasn't the Super Bowl. It was the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
Dwight Clark. The catch was the Cowboys Niners.
Okay.
But sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
That's
Our
fine. Show is factual as much as possible
because there ain't a lot of facts in this show. Trust me.
And him getting clobbered by the two guys and making the first down. Steve Young without a helmet making the run that inspired the longest yard.
49ers were so stinking good back in the day.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they were a very well-run organization, unlike the Cardinals today. But no, it's very interesting. I feel like we have a golf soccer kind of consortium.
Yeah, I think a lot
over
think
here.
a lot differently of some of you.
Way.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm saving money for when the President's Cup's going to be at Belle Reve in 5 years, in 2000.
Ooh, Belle Reve. There we go. That was fun.
I don't even know what the President's Cup is.
It's the Ryder Cup, except which you wouldn't understand. It's like soccer for you. You don't understand a lot of that stuff. So
it's
shut your dog up.
Are there fireworks again?
No. Hey, that was that's been a bad week, man. I'm telling you.
And since we've allowed fireworks to be sold, how much now? I'm to the point now where I don't even like fireworks.
Shut your
anymore.
mouth.
I used to love them as a kid.
You would say that of all people on this show.
Why?
You would say,
why?
Why? I don't like fireworks. I don't like the 4th of July.
Listen,
I don't. No, no. Hang on, Kevin. You shut your damn mouth, because for you to say I like the 4th of July is totally different than me saying I don't like fireworks.
No, I think
something that we have to buy from China to bring over here to blow up. I can use some tannerite and blow some stuff up and be just fine.
I'm the one that's
pure American.
The other night when I said I hate fireworks because
what, tannerite?
South City turns into a war zone from about 10 o'clock until about 2 in the morning.
Go ahead, Chris.
On a regular basis. On a regular basis. South City turns into a war zone.
No, not on a regular basis.
20 years ago, I loved fireworks. I wanted to light crap on fire all the time just to do that. Nowadays, I'm like, if you wake my kid up,
I'm going to kill
you. I will end you.
We got 2 new cars. If I saw anybody in the middle of our street shooting off fireworks on Friday night, trust me, I got my softball bat right here next to me. I was going.
Oh, gosh. All they had to do was run from you.
Well, that's fine, but they would have known not to come back.
What you got to do is you got to get a double-barreled shotgun with those beanbag pellets, and then you can you
just need a bunch of
get
Roman
off my
candles,
lawn. That's all I can do, Chris. Chris,
yeah.
Get off my lawn. No fireworks.
Yes. Zach, yeah.
Oh,
exactly what
you would have hated this neighborhood. It was
it's great, man. We had a great show.
Mine was like World War III over here, man.
I will say, at least this year in the neighborhood here, about midnight, it finally died down. I actually fell asleep at like 12:15 because it was died down. But normally, it goes until 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
That's a bit much, but
yeah.
Nah, that's like an average day at the Mac.
The Mac was closed on the 4th there, goofball.
Oh, you could have went.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. I should not have called you a goofball. I apologize.
Oh my gosh! Did you guys just like hug each other?
Everybody love everybody.
Whatever.
Everybody love everybody.
I'm Mr. Positive. I should not be saying things.
Put them
like
side
that.
by side. Put them side by side in the.
No, I don't want to. No,
you gotta separate them. You gotta separate them like class.
Hey,
no, it's totally fine.
You're a total San Francisco fan up there in the corner.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's some.
I don't see how that has any relevance anyway. Like, being a 49ers fan is not a bad thing now that the Rams are gone from St. Louis.
And they're never coming back.
No.
I'm making.
Don't want them back either.
You wouldn't want the NFL
Done.
back?
keep him.
I don't think they'll ever come
Well,
back here.
Not the Rams.
Because I'd like.
I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll
an
bring an
NFL
expansion team back here.
Well,
No,
Well, I think because of what the NFL did, we won't get an NBA team.
I agree.
I think that's a bigger problem right there. We won't get it. We can't give a WNBA team.
Well,
They gotta give it to Detroit, and they already lost the team before. They gotta give it to these other loser cities, like Sophie Cunningham said. And guess what? We don't get a shot
Why are you
at
gonna
it.
crank me up again? I'm trying to be nice. I don't want that.
What?
Crank you up again? Sophie Cunningham cranked you up, huh?
Last week when we talked about
Hey, Sophie Cunningham cranks a lot of people up.
That's what I was getting at, Chris.
Yeah.
Thanks for.
Well, I mean, the fact that she's pretty aggressive player. That's what I was getting at.
I was
Jason. I don't know
getting
what you're
that she's
talking
pretty
about.
easy on the eyes.
The officiating in the WNBA is
wouldn't-
god
didn't
awful,
notice.
horrible. There are better high school officials that can work those games better than what
I beg to.
And
No
I'm not
comment.
saying I'm not saying Mike Nolan because Mike is just as bad as. Never mind. I should.
Mark Langhauser.
Man.
Hey, easy with Mark. Come on, Mark's a good dude.
I saw you ref once, Jim.
You saw me ref more than once. Shut up, Jarvis.
you stood at half court the whole
Wow.
time. I was like, what
No,
the hell? I thought it was Kerry Angemeyer for a minute.
Oh my! And the show is hitting a new
Kevin,
low.
about fireworks. What's your favorite?
All right, let me piggyback off of that. What college?
Which part?
What college? Bucket list college thing other than Duke, North Carolina, or there.
I'll
give you
go
mine.
first. Oh, go ahead.
I would love to go down to Oklahoma City for. Thanks, David.
Man, Dave.
Wow.
What is
go
this?
to Oklahoma City for the
2005?
Softball World Series.
Softball World Series?
Yes, down at Oklahoma City.
I want to go.
That park. I had a chance to go to the park this past spring.
You a-hole.
You talking about your brother?
Oh no, I thought that was funny.
The park's phenomenal, and I can only imagine. I mean, the TV doesn't do it justice. I would love to go down there to watch games.
Speak up! I can't hear you.
Shut up, Jarvis.
I
heard that one.
want to go to a Virginia Tech football game so I can see Ender Sandman be played, and I want to jump up and down, and maybe the whole stadium will crash down, but it will be awesome.
Well, let's hope not, because we don't need anybody to die.
I just watched that the other night on YouTube. It's flipping
the best
awesome.
intro ever, dude. When
Yep.
they come in, it's awesome.
Clemson, I tell you what, Clemson's isn't far behind where they bring the bus, where they have to literally drive the team up on the buses to go down the hill. That's pretty cool. For
I'm
them
not gonna
coming down
lie.
the hill.
That was one of my favorite things about high school football. At Festus, we would run down the stairs, Eye the Tiger playing loud as hell, and we would jump the pile, man. Like when you're a freshman sophomore, you're just trying to see how high you can get up on them. Man, how many dudes can I knock down when I jump up here, man? But it was the best. Just coming onto the stadium. I mean, Virginia Tech, the whole place.
Oh, it's nuts.
Going like this.
Do they even
man.
have football at Virginia Tech? They're not any good.
Since the Vic brothers are gone,
I
know.
don't. Zach,
Marcus was
Zach,
okay.
Yeah.
Zach,
Yes.
shut up.
Do they? I'm just asking. Duke's
Yes,
There
they
was
have
Beamer.
football, everything.
Yeah, Duke did. They had the number 1 draft pick. Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Duke, I think, went to the Final Four. Yeah.
Yeah, did they win it?
No, but they at least
no, they
win
didn't.
something. Was
Nope, they didn't
Virginia
win.
Tech? Have they won anything ever?
Okay, Zach, go ahead. Give us yours.
Duke's won a lot of football championships. But go ahead.
They've won more than Virginia Tech recently. But anyway,
They have not won it.
I said they've won
championship.
won more games. Okay, I would say, and this I'm going to piggyback off into another question I have for debatable topic. But I'm going to go the old Orange Bowl at Miami. I think that would be cool.
But I want Ray Lewis to be at middle linebacker.
Well, I wanted to see the 01 team That was
03.
Oh,
The
I think
03
it's
team
01.
was-
01, but they won the championship in 02. And then the one that they got cheated off of in Ohio
They did not
State.
get cheated. Shut up,
they
Zach.
were-
They did not get cheated. They did not
got
get
cheated.
cheated. Not even.
Oh my gosh, they sure as hell did.
What? Did you not watch it, Jim? It was such a cheap job. It was a cheap job.
Kevin? Kevin's like, guys, I can't do it. Guys,
Just no. The college softball World Series would be one, but if I have to pick another one, just be different. I want to go to a night game in Death Valley at LSU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miller?
That was actually one I was thinking of. That was the one I was thinking of. Now you've kind of ruined it.
Chris just went
can do the
Annapolis.
same?
I'm going to go to an Annapolis game. Sound iron.
Well, if I'm going to say I'm going to go to a Bruno Bears game.
Army Navy would be a pretty good one to go to.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to go to. The only bad
Can I
thing
take
is
one of Chris's
November.
other ones?
No, because I wouldn't
The only
have went to
bad
that.
thing about Army Navy is it's in November, and 9 times out of 10 it's either
In December.
Foxworth or December.
Yeah.
It's either in Foxworth or it's in Baltimore, and it's the weather's
Foxborough.
Foxborough.
Not
Foxworth.
yes,
Jeff.
it's in the comedian. Yes.
Worthy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I would.
I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I was just going to say,
okay.
Hey,
not
Chris, where's
saying
Chris?
a game, but Jarvis, you can tell us about tailgating at Mizzou games. I think a bucket list would go to Ole Miss and tailgate at Ole Miss. I hear that's supposed to
At
be
the Grove.
the Grove.
At the Grove.
Supposed to be cool.
The Grove's pretty cool, I hear. I would like to go to an Ohio State Michigan game, and I would want to wear all the blue that I could, and then make fun of people who've had kids that haven't seen an Ohio State victory over Michigan because they're haven't won. How many days has it been, Jim? Do you got a running count on your board or something over there?
There's a
No,
comma.
I only
love
have how many days till we beat them this year. So there. I will tell you.
Well, I
in
mean,
all seriousness, Chris, I've been to that game. It is an absolute bucket list. If you've never gone to a big time game like that, it is an absolute bucket list. Whether it's at the big house or whether it's at the shoe, it is just an absolute unbelievable environment, and the tailgating is just sick.
I'd like to go to
I
Notre
hear
Dame
it.
Stadium. And just even the campus and just see all that. I think that would be.
I've been to the campus. I've never been. I didn't go in the stadium. My brother lives not far from there.
Yeah.
It was a cool campus tour, man.
Yeah.
That campus has a lot of cool stuff.
Hey, listen. Hey, hang
Go ahead.
on, Jim. You know what has happened since Ohio State beat Michigan?
Ohio State's won a national
COVID.
championship.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, I'm just telling you. The way it's set up now and the way it was last year, of course they're going to win. That was the biggest crap show ever. We discussed how the college football playoff seeding is terrible and how
It's
it
gonna be better
definitely
this
helps
year.
Ohio State. Well, I hope so. It has been 2,032 days since Ohio State last defeated Michigan. The last time was November 30th of 2019.
Wow.
Yes. COVID happened. We have had 1.5 presidents since then.
Don't get.
And I'm going to say half because I don't know if Joe Biden's alive. Apparently, his doctor pled the fifth like 100 times on Capitol Hill today. That was great, just because it's so funny. And that's been a long time, Jim. I mean, that's
That's
been
a
long
lot
time.
of
I feel like
days. That's about how many episodes you've missed.
Oh my gosh!
And of course, now wait a second. You got to start down this road. David, don't get me started.
Hang on, Jim.
Hold on. How old's Weston? How old's Weston?
Shut up.
Wait, I'll do one better, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach, you know what else
Yeah.
has been? We've had 241 episodes of the Coach's Box because the Coach's Box didn't exist. The last time
You mean to tell me
the last time Ohio State
you mean to tell me the coach's box has never seen that?
The coach's box has never seen the Ohio State defeat Michigan.
Beat Michigan.
That is awesome.
It's just, hey, Jim, sorry. That's just, it was very interesting stuff. I would like to go to the game. I think it'd be a fun game to go to.
And all blue
just
and sit
because.
right next to Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a second. Hold on, Chris. I'm sorry. You were wrong.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm just, hey.
Michigan is
what
one
Google
of the last
says.
4 games. That was 2021, 22, 23, and 24. They didn't play in 20, and Ohio State won in 2019.
There you go. See, they didn't beat them in 20.
Well, they didn't play in 20.
There you go. That still means
so
it.
the hasn't won
because
thing
of COVID or
was after COVID.
It was probably
it was
COVID.
Yeah.
It was a COVID thing.
down.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
I think it'd be a fun game to go to. I think that I think an LSU, Alabama, or an Alabama
Iron Bowl,
Auburn.
Iron Bowl would be fun.
Yeah, I love it. Iron Bowl would be
LSU,
good. Yep.
LSU, Georgia would be, or
Georgia and Alabama. I mean,
the cocktail party. Well, they're not allowed to call it the biggest cocktail party anymore.
What happens when people mess things up?
Jeez.
I'm gonna probably go see Mizzou in Arkansas. That's how low key I am on this list.
Yeah, but Jarvis, that's still going to be a hell of a game to go to. That will be a good one.
If Arkansas's crap and I don't know what Mizzou's gonna be.
Hey,
I mean, I hope
I want to go back.
crap.
I want to go back to the mid '90s and see Mizzou, Kansas basketball.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to see O'Lenny with his silver tooth bopping threes on Kansas. Bam, bam.
So Kevin
or Anthony Peeler, one of my
There you
most
go.
favorite players ever. But go ahead.
Kevin kind of gives a little segue into this, and I don't know if you want to take a commercial.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break
have
here
a
in a
break
sec.
first. Sec?
Wait, do you got a
No.
tease? You
We'll
got to
just-
tease something?
Zach, are we going
boring.
to talk about replay? We said we talk about it.
Okay,
this
we can
week,
do that.
and
We can-
What
since
did
I
Zach
am
have?
Mr.
Wait a minute. What was
Since I am Mr. Positive, I'll talk about instant
Go to
replay.
break. We'll figure it out later.
We're going to break. We'll figure it out in a little bit. You're watching Coach's Box.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
You need new entertainment. You need full-length content. You need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm How Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling. We've got so much content on there. Gaming. Check it out. Live, not live. We've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
Welcome, everybody, back to the third segment of the Coach's Box. This is episode, Chris, I don't see it up on the board.
241.
241.
We talked
And
about it.
Man, 241 episodes. Fellas, can you believe that?
It's a long time.
That's a long time. And Jim's been to 20 of them.
Guys. All right. So I want to do this one real quick just because I thought it would be good and we can kind of get into some stuff that actually matters. So, and again, anybody that's watching can comment as well. So, not in your lifetime, okay? Not in your lifetime. What would be an athlete that you would like to have watched in any sport that obviously passed away before your time? What would you think? Mine would be I would like to see Mickey Mantle. I would have liked to have watched him play.
I'll go. It's tough for me since I'm the oldest one here. So, I am 100. Shoot. Go ahead, somebody else. I got to think about this one.
Oh, make fun of Jarvis.
Who's gonna go? Come on, I got dead air here.
St. Louis to me says Stan Musial.
There you go.
I like that. That's a good pick. That's a really good pick. Jarvis, you got one?
Mine was either going to be Babe Ruth or Bob Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Zach?
I said Mickey Mantle. Just Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, you said
that. Yeah.
But I want to hang out with Babe Ruth. Like I don't want to just watch him play. I want to go party with him after the game.
That's part of it right there.
I mean, is that okay? I'm adding a little bit here, Zach.
Yeah.
But I mean, Babe Ruth can party, and I want to go with him. He's gonna have a big old stoke in his mouth. He's gonna have two women on. He's gonna have one woman on this arm, one woman on this arm. He's gonna have the guns out. We're gonna have a good time.
Jarvis, if you wanted to party with somebody, I think partying with Mickey Mantle would probably be a better choice than Babe Ruth.
Marilyn Monroe. Yeah.
I mean, it's Mickey Mantle. No, it's Mickey Mantle. And if you don't know, you need to go watch 61. Great movie. Mickey Mantle.
I know, but I'm just saying, Babe Ruth is like, I've read his autobiography or biography, whatever the hell it was, and he's one that I just want to see him hit, and then I want to go party.
I would probably want to say, I mean, Musial would be a great choice as far as being a St. Louis Cardinal fan. Bob Gibson, obviously, before my time. I want to see Shoeless Joe play. I want to know if he was that good. My grandpa said that he watched Shoeless Joe. Like, how? Get a chance to watch him.
Internet connections.
I told you his internet sucks more than Jim.
Well, man, earlier it was just about Michaelis.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to throw a little caveat into this. So I talked about Stan Musial. The one person that I wanted to see play that I think everybody was robbed of getting the chance to see play, Len Bias.
Yeah.
Just to see what he would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have always said I would never snort cocaine because I would Lynn bias is what would happen to me.
Yeah.
And plus, I've never snorted anything on my nose. So.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't a player, but it's somebody that I would just love to hang out
so
with
weird.
and talk. John Wooden. As a coach, who would want to sit there? As a coach, who would want to sit there? I've read a couple of the books.
Yeah.
As a coach,
you
who
can read.
Want to sit there? Yes, I do know how to read. I did learn that, but yes.
Hey!
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Wait 30 seconds. Turn it back on. Ain't it right, Kevin?
Good job, Kevin.
Every time.
I don't know what just happened because all of a sudden it just stopped and everything disconnected.
We
got it. Yeah,
decided your internet's worse than Jim.
I tell you, you
switch internet services too. It's
hanging
great.
out with for the day and listening to stories. Probably Bob Euchre. That would be cool.
Oh,
that would be cool. Bob Euchre.
Talk about
Whitey Herzog.
He'd be awesome to have a beer with.
I've actually hung out, not hung out because I was a kid, but Whitey Herzog back when the Highlands, was open.
Oh yeah.
Around in 2000, we had the Highlands had the Whitey Herzog golf
foundation
fundraiser.
tournament.
And he was there. And he was an absolute riot. I think by 9 o'clock he was just absolutely sloshed all day long.
The railroad used to own the land that Poseidon was on, and that's who I worked for. So I got to go over to the tournament. He was hammered at 7 a.m. when he got to the court. And
I'm going to sit here. Mike Shannon's another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
But I'm going to tell you right now.
I would love to have beers with Mike Shannon. That would be a
any
blast.
of the things that you have heard are 100% true. Remember when his place was open across from the stadium? They used to do a show on KMOX Friday Night Live.
Yes.
Him and Mike Claiborne. So went to the game, and then we went over there, and I was talking to Claves, and Shannon was there. Mike introduced. It was the first time I met him.
He has a nickname for Claiborne.
Yes, everybody calls him.
Everybody calls him that.
Gosh damn,
everybody
big
calls
time.
him
Go
that.
ahead. Sorry.
Tell the story.
Shannon was hammered. And he's like, okay, young man, you want a drink? I'm like, okay. And he goes, get whatever you want. Wins the way. So of course, you know me, I get my normal drink. And he was slurring, but he's sitting there telling stories like it was yesterday.
What, a Cosmo? You got
Shirley
a Cosmo? You got a
Shirley
Cosmo in San Francisco?
But he was that evening, he was so much fun to just sit there and hang out with for a little bit and chat with. So, all right, I'm done.
Vince Scully might be good. Listen to
Vince Scully was really cool.
Scully's awesome.
Storyteller.
Any of those guys that were long time play-by-play people for their teams.
What do you
for a long period of time.
What do you think Harry Carey would be like?
Oh man.
Hi, everybody.
Harry Carey and Joe Buck when they were together.
Yes.
Man.
There's still that picture. I forget what it was when they were together, where Harry Carey was in his underwear singing the 7th inning stretch. It's one of the most goofiest pictures, but it's so funny with him. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, Gussie Bush wasn't a very big fan of Harry Carey after a while.
Why is that, Chris?
Well,
Anybody
because
know?
he probably didn't want him sleeping with his wife.
Oopsie.
I mean, yeah, he didn't really approve of that too much.
Hey,
Cubs win. Cubs win.
Hey, Cubs win. So did I. So did I.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Have you ever heard the story about Harry Carey at some point? Play happened during a game. He wasn't paying attention. He turns and looks, and he goes, oh, the catcher throws it to third, turns and goes to second, throws to first. It's a triple play. And the play-by-play guys goes, it was a strikeout. They're throwing it around the infield.
I mean, back in the day when there weren't all these stupid regulations, these guys would smoke. They would drink on the air. I mean, God.
Seriously, how many times as a kid did you listen to Mike Shannon on the radio and think, dude, how many beers does that dude have?
I mean, I still think one of my favorite Mike Shannon memories is when they had that 22-inning game with the Mets, and I'm driving all the way out to Springfield, And the second time they had the 7th inning stretch, there was some music because they didn't go to commercial break after they did it. Well, they had some music playing in the background, and Mike just decides to start singing it, and he is slurring every word. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I mean, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And as I'm driving along, I'm just trying to make sure that every radio station that, I'm like, I gotta keep listening to this. I gotta keep listening to this. He's surely gonna say something he shouldn't say. So that was half the fun of it.
He's going to pull a Chip Carey. Oh.
Hopefully, I don't know if anybody went and looked at that and researched. That was definitely, don't
doubt it.
Yeah, doubt it. Nobody researched on this show.
No.
So, Zach, what's our next topic here?
Well, Jim, we were wanting to talk about this last week, and you've kind of put the kibosh on it, but you're okay to talk about it now.
Because I'm Mr. Positive.
Because this week you were Mr.
You're
Positive.
such a jackass.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Chris,
you're not fooling anybody with this positivity BS.
There's your next reel. There's your next reel.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, so Jim, you could at this point take it away and talk to us a little bit about high school replay for football coming up this season.
Oh, well, actually, I want to go. No, actually, I want to talk about the ABS that today Major League Baseball decided to make the announcement that the All-Star game, they are going to have ABS. And I think we all know what that's going to turn into.
Yeah.
We're going to tap the hat, and we're going to have this in Major League Baseball next year. What are your
alternative bullshit? I mean,
that's two.
What's ABS?
Automated balls and strikes, Jason.
Automated balls and strikes, like they did in spring training and like they're doing in the minor leagues right now. So basically, you get 2 challenges. It can be initiated by the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter. The coaches have no say, and they have to do it immediately. If you get it right, your challenge is correct, then you keep your 2. If you lose your challenge, then you're down to 1, and if you lose the second one, then you're done for the game. And they put it up on the scoreboard, so people can actually see where the pitch is in the strike zone.
Great.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do this for every pitch? Because it takes just a couple of seconds to do this.
I think it's going that direction, Kevin. I really do. If they're gonna go this way, which we all know they've done it in the minor leagues now, they did it in spring training. They're gonna do it at the All-Star game. I think we know what direction this is all going. It's going to be this way next year in the regular with the challenges, but I guarantee you we're 2 years away from it being full blown. The umpire is just going to be there to call foul ball, fair ball, safe and out at home plate.
To me, it's a non-issue. They're going to come up with technology to eliminate umpires altogether. They've got it in tennis when it comes to foul balls. You can do that, and it can be an instant light up lines or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're doing at Wimbledon. There's no more line judges at Wimbledon.
What?
They're the only one out there is the chair umpire.
What was that at what?
Wimbledon.
Oh, there we go. Wimbledon. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
is it Wimbledon or Wimbledon?
Wimbledon. Yeah.
Wimbledon or Wimbledon?
There's a D, not a T. But this is a non-issue to me. It's coming. Who cares? Move on. We got it. It's what we all wanted. Move on.
It's what Zach wanted.
Well, yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, think about it. If you're a pitcher and you're trying to make a livelihood and you can't because this dumb umpires can't figure out the strike zone.
But it's not going to say Fetty or Michaelis this year.
The ball has to cross the plate.
not over the fence.
Really
not over the fence.
Hey, was that a strike? Yeah, because he hit the damn ball.
Too high. Too high.
It was in the dirt. It was in the dirt. In the dirt.
As long as Major League Baseball still employs CB Buckner, this is something that we need to do.
I agree.
They finally got rid of Angel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think he kind of read the writing. for once.
Well, but he tried to sue, and
He's tried to sue several times.
Well, this last one didn't work out too well in his favor. So we've got that going on.
He is king of the DBs.
Oh, without a doubt. So now high school football in the state of Missouri at the championships in beautiful St. Joseph's, Missouri.
That's the
center of the state.
We'll have replay. Exactly. 4-hour drive for all of us.
Geographically, the most obvious choice for football.
The state championship.
Oh, come on now, Chris. They had it at the TWA Dome for years, and that's not exactly center of the state.
And it's never going to come.
Idea too, but go ahead.
It's never coming back to
Major
the dome,
interstate.
so let's forget about that.
I'm fine with it not going back to the dome.
Because the city of St. Louis wants too much money for it to come.
I'm fine
to the
with
dome.
that. I don't care. I think all state championships in Missouri should be centrally located.
Missouri doesn't want it. That's the problem.
They should be forced to be in the
they
state.
They can't force them to.
We could put a bill out there, and we can pass what we want. The people have a right for the state institution.
I bet Kenny Waller could get this done.
Yeah, executive order. Executive order right there. Do it.
Wait, I think you can make that happen.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the reason they don't want it is they think they're going to host a home football game during the college
if we
football
do,
playoff.
if Mizzou does it, we're going to have state championship games at noon on a Tuesday, so they can leave Friday and Saturdays open.
I'm sorry,
and that's not going to fly.
Yeah, well, it flew with basketball this year. I did not like the setup. That was terrible.
Sorry, Jason. That's just going to be the way it is. All right, so talk about your instant replay. So let's get to the topic.
So for the championship game, there will be replay, and it can only be used for calls that would have direct effect on a game. Okay, and I'll use one example.
Who judges what calls those are?
Exactly. That's once again, this is where I'm going with this. Number one, if this was in play a couple years ago in the Lamar Lutheran St. Charles game, they would have caught the 12 players on the field, and maybe Lamar would have ended up winning that game. Okay, it's fumble. Fumble, whether it was a fumble or not. It's not. I do not believe. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I don't know if targeting is going to be an automatic piece of it. I know in the lower level colleges, D2, D3, and NAIA, if there's a targeting call, you automatically go to replay. I don't know if that's going to be the case for this. Here's what is going to happen, and I know the system that Missouri Western has. It's the same system that my conference is going to be using this year for football. These officials aren't going to know what to do, and it's going to take them 10 minutes to figure out one simple play. I'm totally against it, because the other thing, too, is they're not upgrading the broadcast equipment. So we're still dealing with P-shooter cameras that only cover certain areas. So why are we doing this?
What are P-shooter cameras?
What are P-shooter cameras?
They're not big cameras. They're not the cameras that you see on a college football.
So it's like live stream cameras or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Live stream we talking.
I thought the broadcast. So we watched the Festus game at lunch because, again, that's when state championship games need to happen, is at lunch during the weekday. But we watched it at school, and I thought the broadcast was pretty good.
There's only three looks. There's a high center,
a
low that follows whoever the ball is, who the ball carrier is, and then they have a field camera that is on one sideline. They don't have a camera in the end zone. They don't have cameras on. Now they can move the one camera to the goal line. Okay, but that's it. It's only three cameras, and you've got kids. You've got young adults. I don't want to say kids. You have young adults that some of them, honestly, don't do this for a regular basis.
It's Mo Western's crew doing all of it, isn't it? And then they volunteer to have their crew that normally does their games doing it.
Maybe not the replay,
not the officials, but the replay technology.
Maybe they're using what they, if I'm not mistaken, if they're using what the MIAA mandates, it's called Sky Coach. And there's not a person up in the booth, so to say. It's down on the field. So it's going to be the referee that initiates it, and then they'll go over to an iPad. I'm sure Missouri Western's crew is going to be there to help get them to the play and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what that.
I will tell you, seeing it in person the last 2 years, when I've gone over to Mobap to kind of see it in action in a couple other places, there were reviews that were 7 to 10 minutes, even with their crews running it.
But wouldn't you rather take the 7 to 10 minutes and get it right if it affects the game? I would.
Yeah, but once again, you've got camera angles, and it's the same thing with probably Missouri Western stuff. They're probably only using 3-4 cameras at the most. Okay, when you don't have the right angles, what difference does it make? And I had a call with our football coaches in the Sooner yesterday talking about this, and I basically told them you have 2 challenges. You have one guaranteed. If you win the first one, then you get to keep it for later on. If you lose that first one, you're done. And like I told them, we don't. What our member schools are. The angles aren't great. I would be very conscious of not calling for a replay in the first quarter and saving it until later on in the game. And once again, I don't know how this is going to be, but it's not a regular like a game at Faroe Field where you've got 8 cameras all going into what they call DV Sport, to where the official will get the thing and there's somebody up in the booth that's dialing it up and has it all queued up ready for them to watch. That's where I have an issue with it. Is I don't think it's doing it justice when you have limited capabilities. Now I could be wrong, and Michigan could add 3 or 4 cameras when they're moving out there. I don't know. I know when we used to have the games at the Dome, when we had the games on Fox Sports Midwest and all that, if they wanted to throw, I'm fine, because I knew how many cameras we had there. But I don't understand it. I just don't get the big push for this, because now all of a sudden the basketball officials are going to want replay. And at Mizzou, they're not going to cut loose DV Sport for less than $10,000 for somebody to run it.
Is this being pushed by officials or coaches?
Coaches and administrators.
Do you guys, as basketball coaches, want review at the Final Four?
No.
Nope.
Why not, Chris?
It takes too much time. I mean, let's be real here.
It's like
we're not dealing with
7-minute timeout.
Unless he lost the championship on
Exactly.
something.
No.
Oh,
Because
bullshit.
I'm going to say this. And I know some of the officials in the state. There will be officials that will go to the monitor just so they get FaceTime. And if you think I'm kidding, I will give you names of a few of them that we all know extremely well.
Oh, I can name a top 10 list.
Yeah, they would do it just so they can go get TV time at the monitor.
But you got to do it. You got to get the game right, and whether it's an extra 5 minutes, like this whole
we're talking about high school sports, and I don't know.
But here's going to be the other thing,
we're not talking about college sports. We're not talking about pro sports. You're talking about high school sports, and I don't care.
Here's the thing.
The kids don't work hard enough. The coaches.
You're not getting. Okay, so you're
not understanding.
No, I know what you're saying, Jim. You're dealing with the fact that there's not enough replay equipment that's going to get you you're seeing it from here's what I see when I watch TV, and here's the replay. And if that's the same thing that you would get, that's a different story. If it's the same kind of crew, same kind of film.
We saw the film on the Principia Cooter game a couple years ago, and it was obvious.
That wasn't even a reviewable thing.
But that's not review. But that's not reviewable.
Okay, so it's not reviewable.
Talked about camera angles. That was literally just you follow it on a huddle, and it's obvious. Like for basketball.
Okay, but then there had to be a rule. Then because when the officials leave the court, Zach, as the rule states, the game is over. So that's
my point, Chris. My point is, you said you can't do it because of the cameras and the camera angles, and I'm saying you can sit here at least basketball and say it's right there in front of your face to make an excuse to say we don't have the equipment or the camera angle. I think that's doing the kids, the coaches, the communities, the schools a disservice.
But basketball, there's too many other. You've got to have the clock, the game clock, and if they ever go to shot clock, you've got to have both in the camera shot. You can't do that with 3 cameras. You can't. It's impossible.
You're not going to get that.
You're not going to get what you need. Here's the big reason why I don't like it. You're doing it for the championship game. What are we doing from the regular season all the way through the playoffs up until the championship game?
And you took
We're not doing replay.
But you took my other point too on that, Jim, because he brought up the Cooter Principi game. It wasn't even a championship game. That was a sectional quarterfinal game.
Yeah, it wouldn't have counted. It wouldn't have mattered.
It was a quarterfinal game. So you're not even going to get replay in that game. You're only going to get replay at the Final Four or whenever the state championship weekend events, whatever BS they want to call it, when they put all the teams from around the state, the geographic whatever, this is what you're going to get. So in football, if it's the only time you get to play is the state championship game where it's at the neutral site, that's the only game. You're not getting semifinals. So in basketball, if you had it, you'd only get it at the state semifinals and the championship game and the third place game. At this point, why? Again, why? Because you're not getting the same quality. Why does it even matter? If they want to have it at the state championship game, I don't care. I just think it's ridiculous to even worry about it. I want the shot clock to get passed before I want stupid replay in basketball, because I don't think there's enough plays. Well, did he step out of bounds? If 3 referees can't see it, what's that camera angle that's not
3
looking
referees
straight down?
couldn't see the kid get clocked at New Madrid Central. Are you kidding me?
Okay, well then what do you? But you think the replay? That's still, it's not a championship game. You said New Madrid.
I don't care about the win. It's fine that it's the championship weekend. You got to start somewhere,
right? But schools can't. But Zach, schools can't afford it.
They can't afford that. They're bitching about the shot clock.
Let me ask you this. Hold on, Kevin. I'll ask you this, Kevin. In a small school like Pius, would they be able to pay Sky Coach? And I'm using them because that's who I use. You're going to pay Sky Coach $3,000 a year, plus you're going to have to add cameras, and then you're going to have to train somebody to run that. So you're probably talking $6,000 for the first year. And a tech guy that knows what the hell he's doing.
Don't be dissing on Cozy.
I'm not dissing on Cozy.
But Kevin, would a small school be able to do that?
I love Cozy.
Not a chance in hell.
Thank you.
How do you figure?
Gonna happen.
You guys afforded to build a brand new baseball stadium?
Yeah.
You can kiss my ass. You can afford it. That's 3. You can afford it. I've seen the gold.
Somebody's going to donate.
I've seen the gold things on the walls of Pius. You can afford it. Bull crap.
Doesn't mean
I will tell you right now, schools,
and they'll spend the money on it.
There you go.
You can afford it. If you're forced to spend the money on it, you're going to spend it.
You're going to see it. I'm telling you right now.
I've seen your guys' weight room that you built. Oh, we can afford it. We can afford it.
Now we're off the rails.
What the hell?
If they pass this shot clock thing, I'm going to tell you right now.
We don't afford those scholarships. Come on.
There's going to be smaller schools that will not be able to do it and will have to drop out of the basketball.
They'll find money.
But there's some.
There will be a booster or somebody that's going to give them money.
Who's going to run it, Jason?
They'll
run a shot clock.
Yeah, run a shot clock.
I ran the shot clock at the MBCA tournament.
Different scenario.
If I can run it, I can run it.
You're right.
Anyone can run it.
Yeah,
it's almost
that's
there. At a Holiday
that's
Inn Express. He can do anything.
Well, Jim, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Jason makes a very valid point. If he can figure out how to run it, where the hell I've been? Yeah,
it's easy, dude. You press the button, it resets. Yeah. Oh wait, change the possession.
But then you got officials that won't know what to do. It's bad enough with the flap.
Oh my God, Jim!
You got officials that don't know what they're doing now.
Matter. Officials suck. Period. It doesn't matter.
I just think until they can update the broadcast.
I'm telling you, I watched
the bigger
those
issue that
officials.
I don't get is that you guys don't want the integrity protected, the integrity of the game protected in the final
if they're going to put
championship level.
If they are going to put the games back on TV,
if Chris was in the Final Four and he lost, and he couldn't shout, he lost on a challengeable call. Are you kidding me, Zach? There would be chairs thrown. Bobby Knight shit would be going on.
I wonder if Steelville would like to have replay.
It doesn't matter.
After reviewing the play, Janice,
it was right though. It was right.
The call.
It was Scott Ragland, wasn't it?
Ragland and Nolan.
Yeah, but Scott Ragland was the one in charge of the.
Yeah.
He was
He's
right.
the one that had
It
the
was
clock.
right.
No, they were right.
We replayed it 1,000,000 times. It was right. It was right.
But
and
once again,
I'm going to tell you, that's one time I said Scott Ragland was right. That was right.
Zach, I understand what you're saying. And if they would put the games back on over OTT and have better equipment and have a production truck and
all you have to have is a huddle cam. It ain't that hard.
Not for replay. Not for
replay.
You can't do it. Cannot do it.
Jarvis, I agree
because
with you,
you can't
man.
zoom in. You can't.
Have you watched huddle cam?
Oh my God! No, you can't. No, you can't.
I know you can't zoom in, but you can see it better than you can.
It becomes grainy as hell. Jason, I know this because Normandy played a kid 7 quarters. So I'm trying to find out if I can zoom in on these things. You can't see off a huddle camera in mini gyms when you zoom in. The quality just goes to crap. That's number one.
A foot on the 3-point line. Are you going to see that off of a huddle camera?
No. And if it's at the angle, you have to. Jim's right about this. You got to have so many different angles to look and see. If the integrity could be protected because of the production value,
if you can't see it, then it can't be called. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Then why waste the damn time?
Then why waste the money?
Wipe my ass before I shit. That's how much sense that makes.
Yeah,
that's how much. That makes no sense.
And you go back.
No, muting that because I'm tired of listening to that stuff. It's how dumb that is. Listen, the fact of the matter is, you can't do it, Zach. You just can't. You
Not
can't do
right
it in high
now.
school. I love Jason can't talk now. He's dying. I love this. So I want to get my point in and I'll bring him back. The fact of the matter is in a perfect world, if everything was great, absolutely. Absolutely. But it's not. And I'm not going to lose a state championship over it because they ain't going to have replay. Hi, Jason.
Chris Miller sucks.
Jason, do you you need to go in the waiting room? You know, go backstage.
Backstage, just backstage.
Go to the green room.
I'm going to the kiddie pool.
Jason, you go backstage.
Backstage. That was so funny to me. Put me backstage.
We can make that happen.
Oh my!
Oh,
goodness.
shut
Anyway,
up, Jim. You were here one time. Shut up.
Golly, what did I miss this first segment? Jarvis is just feisty today.
I was nice to Jarvis.
No,
I
I'm
was
trying
nice
to
to Jarvis.
Jim, I'm trying to
Mr.
spice this
Positive
show
today.
up a little bit.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
Mr. Positive.
I'm
Anyway.
trying to bring back the off the rails media spin.
You're doing one hell of a job of that.
Hey, so real quick before we jump off here,
which I still own the copyright on, by the way. So there.
Okay, great. I'll get right on that. Give you all the royalties.
Oh, 1 cent from YouTube.
Oh, $1.
So
Jim,
there's
Jim owes for those royalties.
There's a podcast going on right now out of Montreal, Quebec, and they are talking about if Bolduc can become the high-end forward that they really need. And they love him. And I was just messaging on X to the guy running it, and he just said, you know, because we said we in St. Louis hope we got a good player in return for Bolduc. He was well liked, and they said you'll like Mayu. Offensively, he's ready. He's already mature. He's been working hard on defense and got a lot better. Regular NFL shifts will only benefit him in the long run. You guys got a good one. That said, as a Habs fan, we're very happy with Bolduc. It's a win-win. So I think we got a good one in in Mayu. So hopefully it works out. I just thought that was kind of cool that they were actually talking about it right now on a podcast in Montreal. So there you go.
Very cool.
Were they talking French or English?
No, Zach. They speak English there too.
It's
I
know. That's why I asked.
Zach,
Too, is it
did
also?
Chris learn French Canadian there at one point?
Oh,
There.
I would love that.
What if I knew Canadian?
Hey,
French Canadian.
Hey, you can.
I mean, so basically, if I spoke French and knew
It's a
French
dialect.
Canadian slang,
It's French with "eh" at the end of everything.
I'm pretty sure many things that are said in Canada have.
Hey, hoser, eh? Hey, hoser, eh?
They don't say it like every time because then that's
worst Canadian impression ever.
It was. I'll admit it.
Dude, not great.
There is a lot of worse when it comes to Jim Powers.
Oh
right
my
now.
God. And there he's back again on his phone. He chimes in. Oh my God!
Wow.
Good
stuff.
Wow.
Are you still? Wow, Owen Wilson. By the way, hey, a good Owen Wilson show stick on Apple TV.
Yeah,
I don't like
Yeah.
Owen Wilson. He's annoying, but I actually like this show. Just saying.
You know what would be cool is if Apple TV somehow, some way brings in Stick and Ted Lasso in the same universe. Maybe they're at like a pro-am. That would be cool.
It'd be.
By the way, go to Netflix and watch Quarterback.
I'm watching
Kirk
that. That's
Cousins
pretty good.
opened up Pandora's box about the whole Minnesota, Atlanta taking.
It's his fault. Play better.
It is, but still, it's a great watch.
His wife's hot.
Oh,
That
and
was a great take.
It always
Great
circles
take.
back.
I was
Great
watching it. Hey, I watched it last night, episode 1, and I was just saying. I mean, the quarterbacks have good-looking wives, evidently.
Well, Tom Brady apparently is now
except
dating
Kirk-
Sophia Vergara or whatever her name is. I can't even say it.
Good for him.
Wait a second, though. Wasn't he hanging out with the
Jim, that was old
22-year-old?
news. Jim, that was old news.
Okay.
That's Sydney Sweeney.
So,
It's Tom Brady.
Sweeney. Yeah,
Sweeney.
I mean, now Kurt Warner's wife was ugly, but I mean, there's a lot of,
Wow. I think on that note, Chris.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's time.
I'm sorry, but Jim, you're no fun. You're no fun. And Chris is a slight second to the no fun.
Jason, you're about to go backstage. Okay? You want to go backstage? You want to go backstage? You just keep it up.
You don't want me to go backstage, bro.
I don't care if you're backstage or not.
Hey, did you guys talk about that video about the hockey, the old hockey enforcer beating the guy up on the golf course?
No, I didn't.
No.
You didn't hear about this?
Hold on.
Yeah.
That, and we got to talk Gary Pinkel and his DWI having.
No, we don't have to say it.
We don't have to do that.
Well, what do you? Oh, come on! Are you kidding?
He's a private, as his attorney said.
It's
he is
not
now
private.
It's
It's not private. It's public record, bro. And
private citizen.
how does he not make enough money that he don't need to be driving?
What's he do now?
Jason, I agree with you. But why dredge up something that really we don't know a whole lot of what happened? Yeah, you got picked up.
Oh my
What are
God!
the
You should
circumstances?
say we know what happened. He got arrested for a DUI.
But you don't know the circumstances.
Oh my God, Jim, are you really talking to me about this? And saying I don't know the circumstances? So,
Chris, can we go home now?
Are you talking to me?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to
but
me?
what I'm saying is,
Wow.
it's newsworthy. This
Is
show
it?
talks about newsworthy crap.
When it hits your lips. That's what
It hits your lips.
You guys are weird.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He better go back to San Francisco.
I agree, Kevin. I agree 100%.
Oh my
And on that
God.
note,
Kevin,
thank you for tuning in. If you're still on this
There's
dumpster fire of
people
a
on.
show,
I mean, I'm here. There's
appreciate everybody tuning in for another fine episode of the Coach's Box Call Like We See
Dang
podcast.
right.
Obviously, we do. If you like our show,
Hey,
don't forget to
guess what? It's
subscribe
free.
and share it. And we will see you guys all again next week. So good night. God bless.
Oh,
and
Jim
take
won't see
care.
it next week, but everyone else.
I'll be here.
This episode of the Coach's Box Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun